Welcome back to another episode of the Unexplained Archives, where we talk about all the spooky things. You get your weekly dose of spooky and sometimes corny. We even have mom jokes from time to time.
Yes, we do.
So,
It's a new place
I'm
to come for
Jamie.
mom jokes.
Yes, exactly. If you're not here for ghosts, we always have the mom jokes. So
Bring the jokes.
we got something for everyone.
That's right. That's right.
I'm Jamie, one of your hosts.
Hello, and I am Jen. I am the other host. I'm
Yeah.
so glad y'all came back this week.
Yes, welcome back. And we got a fun topic this week, and I'm excited about it.
Yes,
What do you have going on there? I heard you got a little bit of that nasty, powdery white stuff
we
going
got
on.
it. We got it. It's coming. It's coming down as we speak. Yeah, winter storm advisory has finally hit
Ooh.
Michigan. Yeah, I mean, listen, this is how it goes. And here's the deal. It's going to happen now. We will have
Hmm.
zero snow for December
Right.
and and then it'll hit us hard again in January. This is how it goes. I would love to have like a white Christmas
I was gonna say, how long has it been, you think?
forever.
Okay.
Forever. I don't remember the last time we had like a white Christmas. But most people will say like they want it to snow on Christmas and then it can go
And then
away.
clear
Like
up, go
after you're
away.
done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so we have a storm tonight. Sounds like there's more coming on. We're actually filming on Saturday. There's more coming on Monday. So I don't, we may have to hunker down. I don't know.
Uh-oh. It's cold here,
Yeah,
but we don't have the snow, but we have some really cold, bitter wind. It's so windy.
I don't
It's
like that.
really, and that just you just have to layer up. It just like
Mhm.
cuts right through,
It does.
So
You know what I hate the most about winter is having to get gas. I
yes, I
mm,
hate that.
and
I know.
stand out there and pump
It
gas.
Yeah, I'm not.
Ah,
I hate it. It's
yeah, I
so
don't
it's
like
so
that at all.
miserable.
That's
I'll
the
jump in. I'll jump in and like just warm up for a second. Oh yeah, terrible.
Yes, I
Yeah.
don't like having to be out there if I don't have to be. So, yeah,
Mm-mm. Not me either.
right?
Yeah. But time as fast as time goes, it'll be summer again before we know it. I
It will.
swear this year has flown by
Mm.
so fast.
It's really,
So,
really quick. Yes.
I
Yes.
know.
Amy and I were just talking about before we started recording, and we are looking at almost a year
It's
of us.
crazy.
Yeah, this is episode 42.
Hmm.
So 10 more episodes and we're there.
Yeah, it's
Hmm.
nuts.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't even believe it. So it's flown by, but what it has been so fun.
It has been fun and we're
Hmm.
growing. We are growing. I am
Yes.
so excited. Thank you to all of our new listeners. We've
Mhm.
had quite a few jump on the last couple weeks,
We have
and Instagram too is really growing
had
and
a surge.
love it. Yeah, we love it.
Been great.
So
Yes,
we
we do
appreciate you
appreciate it.
all.
Absolutely. That's what we are thankful for this Thanksgiving. So,
Yes,
yes.
absolutely.
Yeah. Did you have a good Thanksgiving?
I did. It was
Yeah.
a little crazy. I was dog sitting,
Okay.
and so I had a lot of, back and forth because I could only be gone for a certain amount of time, because of the dogs. And
Hmm.
so I'd go one place and then kind of do a check-in and then go to another place and do a check-in. But our big thing is tomorrow. We
Oh,
usually do
good.
it the Saturday after
Ah.
Thanksgiving, but we forgot to sign up for the spot that we always go to. It's a little place called Sweet Treats in
Oh,
Lamar,
that's so beautiful.
Arkansas. And they have it used to be a church and it's got the stained glass. It's this
Oh,
old church, but now it's just an event center. But
okay,
it's
cool.
so pretty. It's just a gorgeous place.
That's
Um,
awesome.
but yeah, so we always do it there. And we forgot to reserve, we always reserve it for the next year when we're there on
Oh,
that
that's
Saturday.
cool.
And
Yep.
for some reason, we just didn't last year.
Okay.
And they only had Sunday available. So
All
now
right.
we're doing
All
it
right.
on Sunday. But
Well, good. Well, at least you get to do it. That's great.
yeah, it'll be
Awesome.
good. It'll be good.
Awesome.
We do some crazy stuff like, the viral thing where you draw a name and you have 5 minutes to draw a picture of whoever's name you
I
drew,
love that. That's great.
So we do that and some other, things like that. It's really fun.
That
I
is
like
so
it.
fun. I kind of remember that from last year, from when you guys
Yeah.
got together last year, because you got to hold up your pictures.
Yes.
Yes, I thought that
Yes.
was so great. Yes, that's so,
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's really
I
fun.
love
And
that.
even the little kids, I mean, everybody does it. So
That's so
you
good.
just never know what your portrait's gonna look like.
You have all your previous portraits?
I do, yeah.
That would be
Yeah.
really cool. You
I
should
know.
start like a wall of all your
Yeah.
portraits. That would be
Yeah.
fun.
Well, we just started it either last year or the year before. So I
Okay.
just have one or two, but they're still in my refrigerator from last year. So I'll
Oh,
just have to
that's good.
add to it.
That's cool. I love
Yeah,
that. That's
it's
super
fun.
cool.
So
Well,
that's tomorrow. And
yeah,
then we'll be wrapping up
yeah.
Thanksgiving and moving on to the
On to the
next.
next one. Yep, on to the next.
Mhm.
I this
Yeah.
previous weekend for Thanksgiving, I was super excited because Stranger Things season 5 was released. So in
Yeah.
honor of Stranger Things season 5, I have my Hellfire Club mug today.
I am so jealous of that
It's
mug.
super cute. I found it at
So cute.
Walmart. Walmart had it. And it
Really? I
was,
can't believe that.
so
That's
cool.
awesome.
So, yes, and for those of you who are not familiar with Stranger Things, it stars Jamie Shea as Joyce Byer, and
Right? My doppelganger.
that's right.
Yeah. That's so funny.
But yeah, so I got through. They're releasing 4 episodes now at Thanksgiving. There's 4 more
Mhm.
coming, I believe it's 4 at Christmas time, and then a grand finale on New Year's. And man, I got through those 4 episodes. I know, Jamie, you are close.
I'm on your tail, but not quite
Yeah,
there.
no
I
no spoilers here.
Nope.
But I will say they left it at quite the cliffhanger.
Okay.
I'm pumped, and I know I told Jamie, I said, as excited as I am, it'll be here. It'll be here before we know
I
it.
know. I
Yeah,
know.
it'll
It's
be
hard to
perfect.
wait.
It is hard. Yeah.
I'm big on waiting until I got a pile to binge.
Yes.
Just do it. But it'll go by fast. They will,
I think
especially
it'll
with
go
the
back.
holidays and how busy this time of year
Oh,
is.
yeah.
It'll be
I
out
mean,
before you know it.
we've been waiting for about 4 years almost for
Yeah,
this
I can't
moment.
believe it.
I
I
I
couldn't
had to
believe
take a
that
double
was so
take when I
long.
saw that it said 2022 from because I did a
Yeah.
rewatch. I have been spending some time. I started back in the beginning and I
Oh yeah.
rewatched everything. I just to get me in the mood, and it's just such a great show. And but I looked at season 4 and it said 2022 and I was like, "Wait, no way.
I
No
know,
way." But
right.
yeah,
I
sure
know.
enough.
It's crazy.
hmm
Yeah.
So if we made it 4 years, I can make it 4 weeks.
That's right. Yes, you can. You've got this.
Yes, absolutely. So yeah, that's been my excitement this holiday season.
That was exciting though.
Very cool.
Yes.
Very cool.
I
Absolutely.
know. I think I when I remembered that it was, you know, premiering, I
Mhm.
think I did a little like, because I've been waiting
Right.
so long.
Yes.
But yeah.
Yeah, we've all been waiting very patiently, and it's worth the wait. That
Yeah,
show's so great. They
I
don't
know.
disappoint. I hope the ending is I don't know. I believe in it. Some
Yes.
shows, right? There's been some huge television shows and the endings have not been up to par,
Yeah.
and I'm hoping this one will do really
I
great. Now,
know. I hope so too. I hope
there
so too.
they are talking a lot that there's some chances that some of our favorite characters may not make it to see the end.
Oh, okay.
And I keep
I
replaying
hear
like
you.
who could I even handle
I don't know.
dying?
Yeah.
And I don't know that there's anybody.
Yeah.
I
I
really
don't know
like all
either.
the
I do
characters.
too. Yeah. I do too.
So I don't
Well,
know.
I can't wait to watch. I'll catch up. I'll catch up so that we can talk about it, but
Okay, good.
not there yet.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Um, so we got a comment on
Oh
our
yeah.
episodes. Yeah, should I Should we talk about this?
Yeah, let's talk about it. Yeah, let's
Okay,
talk
all
about
right.
it. I love it. I think it's good.
Okay, all right. So we received a comment on, I think it was last week's episode, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay,
Either
all right.
last week or the week
Maybe the week
before.
before.
Yeah, it was recent though.
Yeah, we're catching up on things a little bit here.
Yeah.
But I wanted to
Yeah.
kind of address it because I actually think it's a great question. I'm going to paraphrase here because I don't have it in front of me. I'm sure if you're watching on YouTube, it was left on YouTube. You could probably go back and take a look and see what the exact wording is. But it was kind of, someone had brought up that, Jamie's haunting is, seems like it's on the up and up, and it seems to be a true story. But, Jen, you talk a lot about your incidences with the paranormal and wanting to know if I had any proof of any of the paranormal that I have seen. Um, I I was not offended by this question by any means. I think it's an honest question. Um, However, I don't have a ton of proof. I don't have a ton
Yeah.
of proof. I think I mentioned a couple weeks back on an episode where I do have some audio of EVPs. I did pick up on a investigation we did. Um, I have that. I just have to explain to the audience, I am a very unorganized, self-diagnosed ADHD person.
You and me both, so I totally get it.
I have like a Ziploc baggie of hard drives.
Oh yeah.
I just, and plus like I keep all my video projects and filmmaking projects on these things. I label nothing like an idiot.
Oh yeah.
And it's just all in there willy-nilly, right? So
Roughly mine
I,
is
I
too.
I promise I will find those. But Jamie and I were kind of discussing this question a little bit, and it's I will say it is difficult a lot of times with the things that I have experienced to actually get proof when they happen. A lot of the major things I feel like that have happened have been times I have not sought it out, right? We like doing investigations, and when you go to investigations, you've got your recorder, you have your cameras, you've got all these things, and I've gone recently this past year. I've gone to quite a few,
Hmm.
and if I can be honest, haven't seen much of anything, uh,
Right. When you
heard much
have
of anything.
everything ready, they don't show up.
Yes, when you want them to show up, they don't show up. When you're prepared, they don't want to perform, right? So
No.
a lot of the crazy things that I feel like have happened, because I have seen quite a few shadow figures, one of which was in the home that I live in currently. I joke about the one in the house when I lived in Onstead, Michigan, that had come up the basement stairs, and it took me by such surprise. And I joke about my scream. It's not a very girly scream. And I always joke because it reminds me of Peter Venkman when Slimer's coming at him. I promise you, that's what I looked like. I was just like, ah.
Oh my God.
And so, I'm never really prepared for those moments. I, Jamie, I was thinking about there was a story we had Austin Kraska on for a third interview, and
Yes.
it didn't turn out, so we were not able to air
Yes.
it. But I was talking with Austin about a story, um, something that had happened to me, and it's one of my favorites because I remember not being afraid, and I just remember thinking this is the coolest thing I've ever seen, and I was not prepared with anything. But I will tell it now because it didn't make the show before because the show
Mhm.
didn't make it. But um, I was in the first house I had ever bought. My friend had come over for a visit. We were standing at the kitchen, and just chatting. And all of a sudden, one of my cabinet doors opened and then it closed out of nowhere. And I just stood there and my eyes were so wide. And I said to my friend, knowing darn well she didn't see it because her back was to it, I said, "Did you see that?" And she said, "No, but I heard it. Goodbye." And she just took off.
Oh wow.
She
Yeah.
left. She
Yeah.
skedaddled. And so, I mean, it's things like that where, I mean, technically she was there, she heard it. So a lot
Mhm.
of times I do have people who are with me when these things happen. My daughter Gabby was on an episode where we talked a lot about our experiences and things like that. So I think a lot of things I experience, I am lucky to have some witnesses around. However, the answer is kind of no. I don't have a lot of evidence of the things that I have experienced and seen. And you know, Jamie has, you can share as well. Jamie
Yeah.
doesn't really either.
I have my story. I have people that were there
Yes,
to witness it.
right.
But I mean, when I lived in the house in Lamar that has become so infamous,
Yes, it
it,
has.
uh, there was no iPhones. We didn't have smartphones. We had cameras,
Yeah,
and memory cards and hard drives and, flash drives and like you said, they are who knows where at
right.
this time. I had, when I was a guest on, podcasts and
Hmm.
stuff, telling my story, they would always ask me for photos of the
Yeah,
house. And I didn't even have any of that
right.
house, just regular photos of the
Sure.
house, much less any of the ghosts or, uh it's just you're not, I mean, even back then, it was harder to capture things. So
It is.
I have my story, I have my witnesses,
Yes,
I have other people that have experienced things,
right,
alongside me, but
right.
I don't have video or
Yeah.
audio or anything like that.
Hmm.
So, I mean,
Right.
I might. I just have to
Yes,
go through all that footage. So,
exactly. That's the
yeah.
thing. Yeah, and I'm the same. I mean, unless I was seeking out in investigations. I so yes, I do have audio. As soon as I find it, everybody, I will be sure to share it because I'm
Yeah.
excited about it too. I would love to
Yeah.
share it with more people because these are intelligent responses to questions we were asking in the moment, and
Right.
voices are very clear. And it was very shocking to me, even as I was replaying them. I had everything hooked up, and I got my headphones on, and I'm hearing this, and it's really incredible. But I don't think I don't have photographs of anything. I have some video of orbs. And I was
Same.
telling
Yep.
Jamie, nowadays, people are not very excited about orbs. There's a lot of
Right.
people trying to debunk orbs now. So I don't
Hmm.
even know if that's even exciting for anybody.
Right. That's true.
But
Mhm.
right. I mean, I wish I could. I honestly, we discussed this as well. One of my best people who experienced so much of this stuff with me, the mimic situations, the hauntings, the actually seeing things move,
Mhm.
it is my ex-boyfriend, and I don't. We are not on the type of terms where he would be coming on
Right.
the show as a
Yeah.
guest to talk about these things.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, um,
Right.
he would be a great person because I did talk to him a while ago about sharing these stories, and I wanted to make sure he was okay because it's about his home that he
Right.
currently lives in, and a lot of these things happened to him. I really we watched him, actually, in my opinion, be oppressed by whatever else is in his
Hmm.
house, which I think altered his behavior and his personality in a lot of ways. I'm not blaming our breakup completely on that. I think he is.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
however, you could visibly see this stuff was changing him. My son was affected by the things in that
Mhm.
house. I've seen my ex-boyfriend's children affected by the things that were in that house. So sure, I mean, they would be great people to talk to, but unfortunately, we're just not in that kind of a spot right now to do that. But um, one of the reasons Jamie and I want to do this show is that we want to be able to share our experiences because we want other people to share their experiences. We want to,
Right.
in a sense, normalize the paranormal, and because we just don't want people to feel as crazy as maybe, I mean, I'm speaking for Jamie a little bit here, but we've felt that way. Like,
Oh,
I really
100%.
see,
Yeah.
yeah, did I really see that? Did I really hear that? Did I really experience that? You begin to second guess yourself. You're too afraid to talk to other people about it because they're going to think you're crazy. So we welcome that here. This is a safe space
Yes.
to discuss these things. And but I actually really appreciate that question. Because
Hmm.
if I had some stuff, and I know somewhere around here I do, it's these hard drives have made it through a couple of moves, and so I gotta so yeah, and like I said, not I don't label, which is dumb. But
Hmm.
at some point, yes, I would love to share what I have. I wish I had visual proof of everything I've
I
seen.
know, me too. I
Oh,
really do.
it would
Yeah.
be great. It would be really great. But for the most part, I have to say no, I don't have a lot of evidence of the things that I've experienced.
Yeah. Me either. But and every time I try, if I'm trying really hard to capture something,
Yes,
it's crickets. It's
they
cricket.
know.
Yeah, I know.
Shh, they've got their cameras.
I know.
Nobody say a word.
That's right. That's right. We're gonna hit them when they're least expecting it. So
Right,
the
exactly.
way it is every time.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But I feel very confident in the experience that I've had. Let's say for a second, I imagined most of them, but maybe one of them was true. Or, you know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
my experiences have led me to here and my belief
Hmm.
system because I know what I've seen, I know what I've heard, I know what I've experienced, and I this is very, very real to me. At least the ghost and spirit aspect of things.
Right.
I don't have I don't have really any other experience with any other cryptids. I think we've seen lights in the sky,
Yeah.
but in this current lifetime, I have not been abducted by aliens, as far as I know. So so I
That's
can't
true.
even really speak on that. But the ghost portion, both Jamie and I have had so many experiences with that our entire lives,
Yep.
and
Yep.
we just now we know, and we were lucky to have found each other so we could share our experiences, and then in turn share
Exactly.
them with all of you. Yes,
Yeah. But we love the questions though and the
absolutely,
comments. So, you know, I feel like that's we need that so we can stay transparent and
totally.
open and the anything that we have we want to share. And so like Jen said, if we can find those hard drives, we will share. I'm excited to. I mean, I hope to.
Yes,
It's just finding the time,
I
to
think
do
that's
it.
in it
So
too. Yes, because it's going to take
yeah.
a minute. I mean, I think the things are labeled once I get in the hard drive, though. I'm not even kidding. Like I am,
Oh, right. Yeah.
yeah, I they're all like in a bag.
I know. It's the same.
Everywhere.
I totally understand. I just came back from, the dog sitting trip, and I literally like I have all of my stuff, like my laptop cord and my phone charger cord and my watch charger cord, and it was literally in like a Walmart bag. I have
Right.
this like Walmart bag
Yes.
full of cords,
Yes.
and
Yes. A cord bag.
yeah. So
Hmm.
that's the way it is with my like, external hard drives and my, memory cards and all that stuff. It's
Exactly.
very similar situation, so
Yes.
I get it. Yeah.
Yes.
I got to get better. Got to get better at that,
Yes.
but
I know I say this, but I'm pushing half a century here. I don't know if I'm going to change at this
yeah, that's
point.
right. I know it's hard. It is. And I'll do something for a while. I'm like, okay, turn over a new leaf, and then
Yeah.
it'll be a busy week and it just falls to crap
Yeah.
again,
That's the way it goes. That's the way it
So,
goes.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I,
No, I wish. I mean, I don't know. Maybe we should just start hooking cameras up to ourselves all the time, Jamie. Like
yeah,
some kind of like
I
body
know.
cam.
Yeah,
And
let's
then
do it.
if the things start happening, we can catch
Yeah,
it.
I know.
I'm just
I
saying
hope
something to
so.
think about to wear
Yeah.
body cams 24 hours a day. For the show,
I mean, as long
it's
as
for the
I'm pointing
people.
at me, I'd be okay with it, but I feel sorry for whoever I'm with. Like, yeah,
Please
sorry.
don't
Just
mind the body
in
cam.
case a ghost comes by, I have to constantly
Right.
be on the ready. So,
Right. Right. So, yes, I'm sorry. I probably talked about that way too much, but I wanted to discuss it. I mean, this is I do. I appreciate that question. And yeah, as soon as I can find the bit of evidence I have, I can't wait to share it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think that's great.
All right.
So, woohoo.
Yeah.
Game on.
All right.
All right. Do you want to jump in to the
Yes,
top? Okay.
absolutely.
All right. Well, I think I'm not gonna say most of you, but it's been pretty well known here in the US. I'm gonna struggle already. I'm gonna do a disclaimer with these names, and there's gonna be several names that I struggle with in this episode. So I'm just gonna throw that out there
You're
right
all
now.
good.
But have you heard of the Dyatlov Pass incident? The Dyatlov Pass incident. Have
Yes,
you heard of it?
I
Yeah.
am very familiar with this. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's pretty famous. I heard it the first time on one of my regular podcasts that I
Hmm.
listen to, which is Stuff You Should Know. It's
Okay,
kind of
cool.
a nerdy podcast. I love it. I've
That's
listened to
cool.
it for years. But it's been talked about quite a bit in the US, this
Hmm.
particular story. Um, just in case you don't know, in 1959, there were nine experienced Russian hikers that were led by Igor Dyatlov. Mysteriously, they died in the remote Ural Mountains after fleeing their tent in the middle of the night. They cut their way from the inside, ran barefoot into a snowstorm. When rescuers found the campsite, the tent was intact but abandoned, and the hikers' bodies were discovered over the next few months, scattered in the snow, some showing bizarre injuries, two with fractured skulls, two with crushed rib cages, one missing her tongue and eyes,
Yeah. Oh.
and several with high levels of unexplained radiation. So the Soviet investigation concluded that a compelling natural force, that's all they could come up with, a compelling natural force caused their deaths, but provided no scientific explanation to go
Mm.
along with it. And to this day, theories range from avalanche to military testing
Mhm.
to infrasound to the paranormal. And that case remains one of the most famous unsolved mysteries in modern history.
Yeah, that
So,
one drives me crazy.
yeah,
Hmm.
it drives me crazy too. It's very interesting.
Hmm.
But there's also another case that's very similar, but this one's almost unknown here in the US. I've seen it a little bit, but nothing like the Dyatlov Pass. How
Hmm.
do you say it? How do you say it? Dyatlov
Dyatlov?
Pass?
Dyatlov.
Yeah. Dyatlov? Dyatlov? Dyatlov?
Dyatlov.
Okay. Dyatlov. Okay. That place, that pass. Uh,
The pass.
but this other case mirrors the pass incident in nearly every way, except this one had a survivor.
Mm.
A girl watched her friends die violently, one after another, in a matter of minutes.
Mm.
And this girl stumbled bleeding through Siberia for days until she collapsed on a riverbank. And she lived to tell a story that no investigator has been able to explain for over 30 years.
Mm.
So this case is called the Khamar-Daban case of 1993.
Okay, yeah.
So, okay. So before we get into it, I'll just kind of talk a little bit about the setting so you can kind of understand the visuals of the story.
Okay.
Um, so it was southern Siberia, a region called Buryatia.
Okay.
It's a stone's throw from Lake Baikal, one of the oldest and deepest lakes on the planet. So the Khamar-Daban Mountains, they're very serene. They have lush forests, like winding rivers, rolling green ridges, misty, just beautiful, and it's very remote. In the early 1990s, it was a popular destination for young Soviet and post-Soviet hikers. So it's just been a
Okay.
popular place for years and years for hikers. So on August 2nd, 1993, a group of seven hikers set out on what would have been a routine but demanding trek through this region.
Okay.
Their team included Lyudmila Korovina.
Okay.
I told you I was going to struggle with this. Lyudmila Korovina, age 41,
Okay.
an experienced hiking instructor with a reputation for toughness and survival skills. So this lady had done this multiple times, the same hike.
Mhm.
There was also six young hikers, most between the ages of 17 and 24 years old. The group included students like Alexander Kirsten, Tatiana Filipinko, Dennis Shivakin. Why did I pick this topic with all these names? Vladimir Kristen, Victoria Zilsova, and the youngest, 17-year-old Valentina or Valya Utachenko,
Okay.
who
Yep.
would become the sole survivor.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't
Okay.
imagine 17 and she survived all of
Yeah.
this.
Yes. This is
Mm,
crazy.
right.
So they had a pretty ambitious plan, but not reckless. A roughly 220-kilometer route along the mountains, summiting several peaks, camping in the wilderness,
Mm,
and finishing near a meeting point with another hiking group.
okay.
And this other hiking group actually had the group leader, Coravina's own daughter,
Oh,
in it.
okay. Yeah.
So we're not talking like Mount Everest
Sure.
challenging, but still a
A
challenging
decent
hike.
challenge. Yes.
Yeah, a decent challenge.
Hmm.
Early reports from other hikers and weather logs show that the first 2 days were ideal. There were clear skies, good visibility, stable temperatures. The group moved along strong and steady. They reached high points of the ridge without any trouble whatsoever. Everything was normal
Okay.
until August 4th.
Mm.
Okay. So on August 4th, the weather kind of takes a turn. According to meteorological data, what is wrong with my mouth today? And later investigation records, a sudden shift swept across the ridge. So, heavy rain, powerful winds, and rapidly dropping temperatures. So this wasn't just a, mild rain shower. This was like a downpour. This is
Hmm.
like a Siberian mountain downpour, the
Mm.
kind that drenches everything within minutes and turns a pretty mild trek into a fight for
Yeah.
survival. So this
Ugh.
was like a crazy downpour.
Right.
So the group decided to set up camp, but their tents were soaked, their sleeping bags got wet, the fire wouldn't light, their clothes would just wouldn't dry out because they were
That's
just so
terrible.
it would sound so uncomfortable to me.
Right. Ugh.
So uncomfortable. So for hikers, like wet gear means hypothermia. It becomes a real threat.
Yeah.
Hypothermia, even in August, if you're at those high altitudes, I mean,
Exactly. Yes.
yeah,
Yes. Yeah. This is August in Siberia. So this is
right.
different.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
different than August in where we live.
Right. I mean, I've driven through like Colorado in like the summer and driven through snow
No,
if at the
exactly.
highest point. So, I
Got
mean,
it.
it's cold.
Right.
But despite these conditions, the group made the decision to continue their descent the next morning. I mean, like
Okay.
they're like, we're already here, let's go for it.
Sure.
Um, that decision wasn't considered reckless at the time. The weather often changes fast in these mountains, and Coravina, their instructor, had decades of experience. She believed that they could push on safely, and the students trusted her.
Hmm.
So, but what no one could have predicted is what happens
Yeah.
next. So the first collapse. Okay, so from here on, all details in this scene come from the survivor, Valentina. This is her testimony as no one else lived to describe these moments.
Right. Mm.
On August 5th, during their descent from Retranslator Peak, Retranslator Peak,
Yeah.
as the group moved in single file. Valentina later said the group was tired, cold, but still functioning. No one had injuries. No one was sick. No one showed signs of distress.
Mm.
But then, according to Valentina, the hiker behind her, who was 23-year-old Alexander Christen, let out a loud, agonizing scream. When she turned, she saw him convulsing violently, foaming at the mouth, blood running from his eyes, his nose, and his ears. Ugh.
That's Stranger Things.
Yeah. Then he
That's an episode of
collapsed,
Stranger Things. Yes.
right? I
Yes.
know. Then he collapsed and died like instantly.
Mm.
Can you imagine like turning and seeing
No.
that scene? So this was not behavior associated with like simple exposures.
Sure.
This
Sure.
was like a catastrophic systemic failure,
Right.
and it happened suddenly, right?
Exactly.
So Valentina screamed for their instructor. Corvina rushed over, but the moment she knelt beside Alexander, she too began to convulse.
Mm.
Foam gathered at her lips. She collapsed across his body. So whatever had happened to Alexander was now happening to her.
Yeah.
Within minutes, the group's experienced leader was also dead.
Jeez.
Isn't this crazy?
It is.
Ugh. So then, kind of a mass panic happened. What happened next is one of the most disturbing sequences in documented wilderness history.
Hmm.
According to Valentina, as the remaining members watched their guide die, each one began showing sudden and extreme symptoms.
Mm.
One hiker tore off her clothes as if she was burning hot, like on fire.
Yes.
Another began clawing at her throat and gasping like her airway was closing.
Mm.
Another one, Tatiana, reportedly slammed her own head against a rock repeatedly. Isn't that crazy?
This is
Something.
like literally a horror movie. This
Yes.
is like when some kind of weird infection gets into bodies of
Yes.
people and they start reacting
Yeah.
in such a crazy way. Yeah, this is
Isn't
like you're
that
living a
nuts?
horror movie.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, yeah. So she slammed her own head against a rock
Damn.
repeatedly. And
Mm.
so this is something that is sometimes seen in extreme oxygen deprivation or a neurological collapse of some kind. Several began screaming incoherently and running blindly into the wilderness,
Oh
but
gosh.
all of them collapsed within minutes.
Jeez, oh Pete.
Isn't this the craziest, wildest scene?
I
Like I'm
can't
picturing,
imagine you're trying to just go along and get the heck out and
yeah,
everyone is slowly getting
yeah,
sick or acting like crazy.
yeah. It's
Oy.
nuts. Some sources summarize and they just say this was mass panic.
Hmm.
But the physical symptoms described, the bleeding, the foaming, the convulsions, the rapid neurological breakdown, they're not typical of hypothermia or fear. I mean,
Yes,
this is
that's right.
not this is not typical.
Right.
So this scene became why the case became known as the other Dyatlov Pass.
Hmm.
By the time the frenzy ended, the six hikers lay dead across the rocky slope.
God.
Valentina was the only one still standing.
Oh,
Yeah. So Valentina later described being in a state of shock so deep that she has trouble recalling moments clearly, as I can
I
imagine.
could imagine that too. Yeah, your
Yeah.
brain probably tries to block out a lot of
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
here. Hmm.
I wasn't there and just hearing, and reading. and picturing it in my head is enough, you know.
Exactly. Exactly.
Um, so she, some things were cloudy, but these things we do know. She ran. She didn't gather equipment. She didn't take shelter. She didn't stop to think. She was out, you know.
Yes.
She fled down the mountain following power lines and natural drainage patterns. One of the few things that likely saved her life,
Wow.
really, you
So good.
know.
Good for her.
Um, yeah, it was
Yeah.
smart. I was thinking that's a really good tip, to follow the power lines.
Yes.
So for 4 days, she wandered cold, wet,
Mm.
starving, traumatized, injured, and completely alone in the Siberian
God
wilderness.
heavens.
And I mean, let's talk about this kind of trauma
Yes.
and alone. You know what I mean? Not only is she all of those things, she's also alone. I can't even imagine. I
No,
can't.
you're just a 17-year-old girl and
Yeah,
everyone is dying around you
yeah.
and you're in the woods trying
Awful.
to get off this trail.
Yeah.
That is, I mean, that she probably has PTSD.
Oh, I'm sure.
That
I'm sure.
you
It's
see things like
terrible.
that, you don't recover from that.
No,
Too much.
no.
That is too much trauma.
So much.
And
So much.
she's got to be worried about, is this going to start happening to me?
Exactly.
And yeah,
Exactly.
that's chaos. That's
Or
scary.
or why isn't it?
Oh my
It's
gosh.
just is it going to
Right.
happen later? You know, I mean, like
Right.
what is
Mhm.
oh, so on August 9th, just exhausted, she finally reached a riverbank and just collapsed. A group of kayakers, tourists on a rafting trip, found her bloody, incoherent, and in shock, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
They rescued her and notified the authorities. She was the only witness to whatever had killed her friends.
Yeah.
And because Valentina was young and traumatized and suffering from shock,
Mhm.
investigators struggled to piece together her testimony. This is why some sequences vary across translated reports,
Sure.
not in the core events, but in like the minute details.
Sure. I get
Sometimes
that.
they vary, yeah,
Yeah,
in
I get
reports.
that.
But but that's a trauma response. So I used to work for a rape crisis center,
Okay.
and we had to go through training about trauma.
Okay. Yeah.
And one of the things that your mind does when you go through a traumatic event like this
Hmm.
is, I mean, you basically go to lizard brain. Like you just shut down and you only function on a very simple level. You know what I mean? And
Yes.
so it's like you have the pieces of what happened in that trauma there, they're there,
Hmm.
but they're more like you drop a puzzle and the pieces are there, but not all of them are together. You know
Sure.
what I mean?
That makes
And
sense.
then as time goes by, you start to regain some of those, memories and things
Yes.
start to be a little more clear. But when it's right at that time. That's why a lot of people, like if you have a car accident, you can't remember right away,
Right.
what exactly happened. And same thing with, victims of violent crimes. Like
Sure.
you can't remember those things.
Yes.
So I can understand why she was
Oh,
foggy
yeah.
and exhausted and
Yes.
hurt, a lot of reasons.
So many reasons.
Yeah.
Yes.
Um, so the aftermath, the search for the bodies did not begin until August 24th.
Oh,
So
for real?
almost 3 weeks
Oh, darn.
after the incident. Um, so they've been dead in the woods, their bodies in the woods for almost 3 weeks. But poor weather and the remote
Oh, yeah.
location, I mean,
Right.
there were a lot of different things that led to delays of them, being able
Getting,
to find them.
recovering.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So when investigators finally found the campsite and the remains, the bodies were scattered. Several were partially undressed. Their faces were like frozen with expressions of fear.
Oh,
Ugh. There was evidence of internal trauma, like lung bruising, medically known as pulmonary contusions.
Okay. Yeah.
An autopsy result stated 5 hikers died of hypothermia. So they're calling it hypothermia.
Okay.
But Korovina, the instructor, died of heart failure. So they're saying 5 died of hypothermia and the instructor died of heart failure.
Hmm.
But here's where the controversy begins.
Okay.
Hypothermia does not cause foaming at the mouth. It does not cause people to bleed from their eyes or ears.
Yeah.
It does not cause sudden violent convulsions. It does not cause an entire group to collapse within minutes. It does not cause lungs to bruise internally
Hmm.
or make young, healthy adults die almost simultaneously.
Right. I mean, these were some young folks.
Yeah,
I mean, the first guy
healthy,
was what,
young.
23?
Yeah,
Yeah, this doesn't just,
17 to 23. The
yeah,
oldest was the instructor who was
right,
41.
right,
Yeah,
which is not, I mean,
yeah,
older than everyone else, but that's not old. And my
no,
guess is everyone, especially being experienced hikers, we're probably all in great health.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's crazy. Yeah. Um, so the investigators offered no explanation for the bleeding.
Mm.
They offered no cause for the convulsions. No toxin was identified in the bodies.
Mm.
No
Okay.
chemical agent was ever confirmed.
Okay.
And key documents remain either untranslated or unavailable to the public.
Hmm.
So, yeah, which is
Hmm.
interesting. Okay, so this left the world with one burning question. What the hell happened on that mountain?
No
Right?
doubt. No doubt.
Whew. So there's
Mm-hmm.
been a lot of theories,
Okay.
some documented, some debunked, some, unknown, but over the years, several explanations have been proposed, some scientific, some conspiracy, some bordering on the paranormal, and we'll go through them all, along with their strengths and flaws. And then I'm gonna kind of circle back around to the top three paranormal theories
Okay.
at the end, but I kind of want to get through the whole story first, and then we'll kind of circle back because I may have some questions for you. So hypothermia, that was the official report. This was the conclusion the Russian authorities gave.
Sure.
But again, hypothermia does not explain bleeding from the eyes and ears. Does not explain neurological collapse. It
Yeah.
does not explain violent behavior. It does not explain internal lung bruising. And it certainly does not explain 7 people all collapsing within minutes of each other.
Right.
So even the simplest reading tells us that this explanation doesn't fit the observed behavior.
Mm.
So number 2 was toxic water or food poisoning.
Okay.
Some investigators theorize, I feel like this is more viable than hypothermia in my opinion, but
Yeah.
some investigators theorize that hikers accidentally gathered poisonous mushrooms or
Mm.
drank contaminated water.
Okay.
But poisoning usually creates nausea, not mass simultaneous convulsions.
Okay.
Several died without vomiting at all.
Yeah.
Um, Toxins typically do show up in an autopsy,
Right.
which
That's
none did,
true.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No known mushroom or natural toxin causes bleeding from eyes or ears in minutes.
Mm.
So this theory is generally considered weak.
Okay.
Number 3, chemical or nerve agent exposure. This theory has gained traction for a few reasons. Siberia has documented Cold War military sites.
Okay. Yeah.
Nerve agents can cause foaming, seizures, violent behavior. Exposure can happen suddenly and intensely.
Mm-hmm.
Lung damage can occur from inhaled chemicals. Symptoms can kill very quickly, and the area is remote, ideal for testing or dumping hazardous material.
Mm-hmm.
However,
Okay.
no official testing found a chemical agent. No declassified files linked the region to military activity
Okay.
in 1993. The pattern of collapse isn't perfectly consistent with known nerve agents.
Hmm.
So, still, this remains one of the few theories that kind of matches many of the observed symptoms, but
Yeah.
doesn't explain them all.
Okay.
So, yeah. So, there's some matches there, though.
Yeah, I mean that kind of yeah, that makes some sense to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
a lot of that really I was like, okay, I could see
Yeah.
that.
For
Yeah, and
sure.
I know they
Yeah.
do I've heard about Siberia. I mean, I know there's all kinds
Yeah.
of things that do get tested and
Yeah.
it's like the middle of nowhere. There's really
Nowhere. Yeah.
not much out there at all. So what a great
Mm.
place to just take everything and test all the things.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I can imagine some of that stuff lingering.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
why is it not? It seems like it would come out in a toxicology
Exactly.
test, although
Right.
unless because they were, I mean, I'm wondering if like timing of how long their bodies were kind of out in the elements, if that would
Right.
change anything.
That's true. That's true. That's something to look
They were
at.
out
Yeah.
there quite a while afterwards. I just,
Yeah.
did that give their, I don't know. I
I don't
obviously
know
I'm not
either.
a doctor, but
Yeah.
it just something
Right.
to think about.
But if it was a test site, I feel like most of those, at least I would hope, would
Mhm.
have, I mean, you don't go in this
Oh yeah,
area.
be
You know what I
blocked.
mean?
Yeah, I
Posted,
mean, we would hope
keep
so.
out. Yeah.
I would
You
hope
know?
so, but
So I don't
yeah, I don't know. Right.
know. But then they had the fourth theory, which was high altitude pulmonary edema, or HAPE for short. Some suggested the hikers suffered an altitude related lung condition.
Hmm.
The problem, the altitude wasn't high enough.
Hmm.
HAPE doesn't cause convulsions. HAPE doesn't cause bleeding from ears or foaming, and it certainly doesn't kill six people simultaneously.
Right.
So this theory largely falls apart. But those were the top four
Okay.
theories. Oh, wait, there's one more. No, there's two more. Just
Okay.
kidding. Um, all right. So number five, panic plus exposure to the
Okay.
elements. So, a small number of skeptics think that the group panicked after two members died and spiraled into disorganized behavior. But panic doesn't cause bleeding. Panic doesn't cause lung bruising. Panic doesn't kill healthy people within minutes. And
Yeah.
panic doesn't explain the rapid physical collapse.
Great.
So, this is basically a non theory. So, maybe
Yeah,
that's why I thought,
I have to agree with that too.
yeah,
It just
yeah,
wouldn't cause all that damage.
right. Yeah, it's crazy. So, number six,
Okay.
paranormal or unknown forces.
Hmm.
Okay, so since we're the Unexplained Archives
Yes.
and we're going to explore the full spectrum here,
Yes.
some locals believe that Khamar-Daban hides something ancient.
Ooh.
Ancient. Indigenous Buryat legends include spirit winds that can drive people mad.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, there's your answer right there. End of story.
Yeah. Spirit winds.
Case closed.
Yeah. Shamanic stories describe areas where the veil is thin.
Hmm.
Um, there are myths about mountains that reject the human presence,
Oh,
which
okay.
is interesting.
Hmm.
Russian hikers speak of sudden pressure or voices in certain passes.
Hmm.
So nothing in official documentation points to the supernatural, of course, but the total lack of scientific answers keeps this idea alive.
Sure.
And we're gonna circle back to some of the there were several paranormal or supernatural theories out there, but there were three that were kind of the top three that were considered. So we're gonna come back to those here in a bit.
Okay.
Um, but I mean, if there was ever a case where paranormal theories feel justified, I feel like this could be one.
This is it.
Something crazy's going on
Yep.
here. So the survivor's life afterward, Valentina avoided public attention for decades.
Oh.
Reports from journalists who attempted to contact her in the 2010s say she refused interviews. She became deeply distressed when asked about the event. She reportedly suffered long term trauma and survivor's guilt. which I can see that.
Oh, geez. Poor
Yeah. Can you
girl.
imagine? Like, why
Oh,
was she the only survivor?
oh, it's hard.
She avoided hiking after the incident, which I
Yep.
mean,
Yeah, I'd be
understandable.
done.
She disappeared from public records in many ways. Her silence is often viewed as confirmation of the event's severity. She never contradicted her own original testimony. She
Okay.
never changed her story. She never tried to profit from it at
Okay.
all. And to this day, she remains the only living witness to one of the most violent, unexplained group deaths ever recorded on
Yeah.
a mountain.
Jeez.
It's just crazy.
Right.
Yeah. Um, so what happened?
Yeah.
What happened on that ridge in
Right.
August 1993?
Yeah.
No one knows. The official explanation doesn't fit the symptoms. Environmental explanations fall apart under scrutiny. Chemical explanations remain unproven but compelling.
Hmm.
Um, Paranormal theories persist because science left too many holes.
Yeah.
And the sole survivor carries answers locked inside trauma that no journalist or investigator has ever been able to fully access because she
Wow.
doesn't want to talk about it.
Wow.
You
Yes.
know, it's
Sure.
crazy. So really, we're left with like a mystery. Um, it breathes through contradictions, unanswered questions, and just nature's refusal to give up its secrets.
Yeah.
Really,
Right. Yep.
Um, so yeah, so let's talk a little bit about some of the paranormal theories that
Okay.
are out there. Even though official reports list the hiker's deaths as hyperthermia and heart failure, the extreme symptoms and speed of the collapse have led many people to explore paranormal explanations. And in a region as spiritually layered as Siberia,
Mm.
these theories aren't just fringe ideas. They tie directly into local folklore,
Mm.
shamanic teachings, and other unexplained incidents in the area. So the three strongest paranormal theories associated with the Khamar-Daban incident is number one, the spirit wind. In Buryat indigenous tradition, the people native to this region, the mountains, they consider the mountains alive, like
Sure.
guarded by forces known as wind spirits.
Okay.
These aren't just breezes or storms, they're described as sentient energies that can protect or punish depending on who enters their territory.
Wow.
The shamans say the spirit world can cause sudden terror, confusion, hallucinations, suffocations,
Mm.
and neurological overwhelm, and a feeling of being rejected by the mountain.
Interesting.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder what it feels like to be rejected by a mountain.
I know, right?
Yeah. I've
Like,
been
you're not welcome
rejected
here.
before, but never by a mountain.
Yeah, by a mountain.
I would be like, that would be it for me. I would be like, okay,
All right.
I've been rejected by the
I
mountain now.
know. I feel welcomed by most mountains, but rejected by the ocean. I feel totally rejected
You
by the
I
ocean. I'm
don't want to go in the
definitely,
ocean.
I just, no, I'm
Yeah.
scared.
Yeah,
Too
there's so
many
many things in
unknowns.
there. Yeah, there is. No thanks.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna pass
yeah,
on
I
that as well. It
agree.
looks pretty. I'll watch it from the
It
beach.
looks pretty.
I
Yeah, it
don't
looks pretty, but if I
know.
can't see what's under me, I'm not,
No, I'm
no,
out.
not for me.
Not for me either. I like my feet on the earth. I really, really do.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Me too. So hikers in the same range have reported moments of feeling overwhelming dread, like something unseen was pushing them back or warning them to turn around and go back down the mountain.
Mhm.
When you compare what happened um, to the panic, the choking, the violent confusion, the almost synchronized collapse, it's not hard to see why this theory remains one of the most talked about.
Yeah.
The locals, they say the ridge isn't just a landscape, it's more like a presence. They
Hmm.
just see it as a presence. So that's theory number one.
Okay.
Number two is I think I like number two I think I'm leaning towards this one, but
Okay.
a geomagnetic or dimensional anomaly.
Okay.
So Siberia is known for strange electromagnetic disturbances,
Mm,
especially near Lake Baikal.
mm-hmm.
Some Russian pilots have seen and reported vortex-like anomalies in the area.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. Um, the idea here isn't that hikers crossed into another dimension, but that
Hmm.
they walked into a geomagnetic field spike
Okay.
or a localized anomaly, like strong enough to overload the human nervous system.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
I can see that happening.
Sure.
Um,
Absolutely.
yeah, so
Hmm.
phenomena associated with these anomalies include nausea, seizures, disorientation, panic, sensory distortion, internal pressure,
Yeah.
and sudden collapse. Okay, just
We got a
saying.
winner here, I think.
Winner, 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 winner. Some researchers call these thin places,
Mhm.
spots where the natural world behaves differently due to unusual energy
Okay.
or concentrations. The synchronized neurological breakdown of the hikers fits eerily well with the accounts of electromagnetic events
Yeah.
reported in other
Oh.
wilderness mysteries around the world. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah, so it kind of is a match.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So theory number two, I'm kind of
Yeah.
on board with
Sure.
this. Um,
Yeah, and honestly, something like that, in a sense, is still bordering scientific in a way, right? I mean,
exactly.
it's
Right.
still nature in a sense that could
Right.
be causing this
Right.
type of feeling in vortex, and yeah,
Uh-huh.
I can get behind that.
Yeah,
Hmm.
for sure. Then theory number three is the Lashee or the forest entity or mountain guardian. So the third theory comes from Russian and Siberian folklore. Entities like the Lashee, a powerful forest spirit said to mimic sounds, create illusions, and lure people off of safe paths.
Oh, okay.
Creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Descriptions of Lashee encounters include extreme panic,
Hmm.
sudden disorientation, hearing voices or whispers, violent self destructive behavior, the sensation of being watched or followed, group confusion, or mania.
Hmm.
So, in the old stories, the Lashee was known for targeting groups, causing them to scatter, become irrational, or collapse into madness. In modern reports, hikers describe a force that gets inside your mind, not physically attacking, but psychologically
Oh,
hijacking.
wow.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So, when you think about Tatiana smashing her head against a rock repeatedly, that's what comes to mind for me,
Yes. Yes.
or hikers stripping off their clothes and
Yeah.
running all crazy without any direction.
Right.
Um, this ancient entity becomes a surprisingly relevant theory when you think about those things. So,
Sure.
yeah. I mean, as far as the paranormal angle, each of these theories fits one key piece of the puzzle, you
Yeah.
know? Why did six healthy people all break down
Right.
mentally and physically at the same time?
Right.
Um, so whether it was a spiritual force or a geomagnetic spike or a mountain guardian from, local lore, like the
Hmm.
idea that the group crossed into something they weren't supposed to, was it something ancient or territorial or energetic?
Hmm.
It's just these are all just theories. Just like the scientific ones are theories,
Sure.
no one
Sure.
really knows.
Right.
So what do you think? Like, does this feel more like a natural disaster to you or something else?
I mean, my first thought is I'm going to try and think scientifically, like
Yeah.
medically,
Right.
what could have happened or what did they all ingest? Was there
Yeah.
something that they all took in? Um, but even then, like you said, it doesn't quite fit everything
Right.
that they were experiencing as well. And they were all kind of having, I mean, some were similar, but some were having like different experiences too.
Yeah.
I mean, there was just, the one girl was hitting her head, but the one boy was, bleeding. I say boy, he's a 23-year-old man. He's a
Yeah.
boy to me, but
He's a boy.
yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
But bleeding from, eyes and nose and mouth, like I feel like everyone was kind of having different reactions
Yeah.
to these things. I would say
Right.
if everyone was doing all the same thing, let's say everyone stopped, vomited,
Yeah.
passed out, and just
Yeah.
died. I mean, I could probably go more towards the medical theory of
Yeah.
things,
Right.
but I don't know. I can get behind the vortex a little bit
Me
more
too.
because I
The
do feel like
geomagnetic.
something like that
Yeah.
could possibly, and there was something I wanted to add about. I wish that she would talk a little bit more because there was something
Mm.
about even talking about the it's the leash, right? Leashy.
Lishi. Yeah.
I would be very curious if she had experienced, or, she can't speak for what everyone else was
Right.
experiencing, but did she hear voices or whispers
Right.
where it had that sensation of being followed? Did she?
Right.
I don't, she's not really talking much about it, and she might be too afraid to say
That's true.
hear
Yeah.
things because, like we talked about earlier, people are going to say, oh, you're crazy or you're just lost in the woods. So now you're hearing stuff. I mean, but I would be really curious to hear if there was anything like that happening as all this was going on.
Yeah.
Because that sounds because, you're talking about like self-destructive behavior. I mean, that was
I
happening
know.
to some of them.
There's so many different things. And I
Yeah.
guess, I mean, which theory makes the most sense to you? I mean, I kind of told you which one. I
Yeah.
think you said it too, but
Yeah.
it just seemed to fit. I'm gonna read it again. I mean, not the whole thing, but just um so the geomagnetic or dimensional anomaly,
Hmm.
I mean, pretty much checked every box. So nausea,
Yes.
seizures,
Yeah.
disorientation, panic, sensory distortion, and internal pressure. So, like the bruised lungs and stuff,
Yes.
sudden collapse,
Yeah.
like to me, it just, and I've been to Sedona,
Oh, yeah.
Arizona,
Hmm.
and just those vortexes there, like you can feel that
Feel it.
energy, like you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yes.
And for something
Yes.
this intense, just like a super vortex, like, situation, I
Yes.
can see how that could really affect someone.
It
But
could do something, and it could be a combination of some things too that were going on
true.
environmentally. It could be, let's say for a second, maybe it was something that they ingested. Maybe they were out in
Right,
the elements too long for them to even have that come through in any type of toxicology
right,
or see afterwards. But if they are that, and maybe combination with being in a place that has that type of vortex, I mean,
yeah,
yeah, I mean, stuff like that kind of makes, because what else could
yeah,
it be? I just
I
don't know.
know.
'Cause like you said, really all the real scientific things just don't seem to line. I don't believe it's just hypothermia.
No, I 100%, I cannot believe that that's what they went with.
Yeah,
Just
I mean, I
hypothermia.
guess because they were
But
like, what else do we put? We can't put magical vortex on,
yeah,
cause of
exactly.
death. So I
Yeah,
guess I feel like that was just the thing that seemed to make the most sense to them. It's
right,
possible some of them had hypothermia.
right,
Well, I
yeah,
mean, that could have been part of this, because I have people will take off their clothes because they do,
yeah,
or they get very, cold, and then
right,
they think they're sweating, and then they,
yeah.
um, start stripping off
It's
their clothes.
delirium. It causes some, delirium and things
Yes.
like that. But
So some of those behaviors, I could definitely see that, yes, maybe they did have hypothermia. However, it wouldn't, hypothermia doesn't cause bleeding out your eyes.
no,
So
no,
what the heck is that?
I don't know. It's just crazy.
Yeah. Now,
Yeah,
I'm a
I
little
don't
surprised.
know.
So Siberia has some history too of the possibility of a lot of UFO activity as
Mm.
well. Um,
Yep.
and I'm not saying this was caused by any necessarily by any type of UFO activity or having them be there, although anything's possible. But I kind
Right.
of wonder, let's say for a second, there are UFOs coming that way. I almost kind of see like maybe there's something about the possibility of a vortex there that might draw
Right.
something extraterrestrial to that.
Yeah.
That kind of, when we talked about that, because, you know,
So many mysteries. Like
it's
what?
just seems like it's a giant mystery. I feel like Siberia and places like the Appalachian Mountains, these are
Yeah.
these are magically scary places.
Yes, for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
Um,
And we may never have
and
the answers to.
that's so true. That's so true. And
So,
I personally feel like the survivor's story feels credible.
oh, for sure. She wouldn't even be
Yeah.
think about making
No.
any of it up.
No. And it's just, I mean, it's just that's all we have though,
Hmm.
is just her story, you know?
Right.
And then what they found medically, from the examinations of the bodies themselves
Hmm.
and the
Right.
area, but
Right.
mostly we just have her stories.
Sure.
So, but I feel like she's telling the truth of what she
Yes.
experienced.
Right. I mean, she can't
Um,
make that up because they once they'd see the bodies, they could tell
right.
a lot of that stuff would have happened.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
sure the girl who was hitting her head on the
Backed
rock,
up.
there's going to be damage, and obviously the 23
Yeah.
year old who's got blood coming
I
out of
know.
all of his orifices. Yeah,
Right.
you can't make that up if you see it.
No. Ugh.
Oh, gosh, though I just feel
No.
so bad for that. I mean, my goodness,
I know.
you
I
just
can't
want to
even
go for a
imagine.
walk,
I know. In the
right?
beautiful mountainside.
Right?
Eh.
Yeah.
I don't know. If you were an investigator, where do you think you would look first? Like, what would you look at first?
Investigator
I'm
as in
curious.
police or as in paranormal?
Mm, either. Just,
Okay.
if you were showing up, what would you look at? Like, what would you be your inkling, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, I think I would definitely want to like see the environment. I mean, is there anything? Because here's the interesting thing, right? They all went
Yeah.
out to gather the bodies, but nothing ever
Right.
happened to them.
Right?
Right.
That's so true. They were in the same area.
Yes. I
So
mean, that in
why
itself,
these people?
I guess that's the thing. So then that kind of makes me wonder, I still keep going back, was there something they breathed in, somehow ingested something? I mean, there could have been testing of some kind. Here's my other theory a little bit here. Because it is possible in Siberia, they did do testing and they are not blocking
Mhm.
off areas. And let's face it, if it's something in the air,
Like
this stuff
acid
can
rain
travel.
almost.
And
Yeah.
so there's part of me that wonders, let's say if that was the cause, their government could have been like, you can't say anything about that.
Yeah.
If that, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I wonder, as much as I know you did talk about that, there were things that were revealed. However, I mean,
Right.
if you want to keep things quiet, if their government wants to
Hmm.
keep things quiet, it will get kept
Yeah.
quiet. So it's hard. I mean,
Right.
I keep kind of going back to this. Is there something that
For
they
sure.
breathe in, or like, but
Yeah.
there's a reason why the 17-year-old girl
Why did she survive?
didn't get affected by
Right.
this.
Hmm. But what is it?
But what
I
could
don't
that
know.
thing be? I don't know.
And yeah, and as far as like another thing that makes me almost feel like they know,
Hmm.
possibly,
Sure.
someone out there may know the
Hmm.
answer to this, is because, oh, by the way, we're gonna wait 3 weeks
Right.
before we go back out there and look
Right.
for these bodies, right? So
And so,
why?
right.
Why wait 3 weeks? I don't know.
I don't know either. That's a long time. They're lucky
Yeah,
they had any bodies to collect.
exactly.
I mean, the
Exactly.
decomposition,
Uh-huh.
I mean, there's got to be
Animals.
wildlife. That was my thought
Yeah.
was animals. I,
Mhm.
How, and so then I keep thinking about that. There's so much like going to be contamination to the bodies afterwards that can you
Yeah,
even get a clear
right,
autopsy report on something like that? I
right.
don't know. But yeah, I'm right there with you, Jamie, on 3 weeks that I get elements and, they want to be safe themselves going out to recover.
Yeah,
But what about the families? I mean, if that was like
exactly.
my
Yeah.
child out there, I don't know that I would wait. I would
Mm-mm.
want to go find
Yeah,
my child. Dead
I
or
know.
alive, if I even knew,
Yeah,
I would go. I would just go. So,
right.
like, what stopped the families? I couldn't just sit back for 3 weeks
No,
waiting for someone to go
no, exactly.
help. So
I feel like that's
we may leave this episode with more questions and answers than
exactly.
this one,
Yeah.
but
I mean, to me, that's fishy. Is fishy
yes,
that something that traumatic and horrific happened, and they're like, we'll give it a few weeks and we'll go
yeah,
check it out. I just,
right.
and to that many people, you know
Yes,
what I mean? It wasn't
yes,
like one or two people. It was like a group, and
yes.
they're just out there in the
They're
woods.
just out there.
So I don't know. To me, that they waited 3 weeks kind of leans toward something fishy. Somebody
Yeah.
knows something.
I wouldn't be shocked if
Yeah.
it was some type of a cover up
Yeah.
to something. And like I said, to me, that sounds like it could easily be something that was released in the air. They ingested something that easily could have been from testing, and they don't want that getting out. They don't want to get it out.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. I
then
don't
so
know.
therefore they waited. Maybe
Yeah.
they're waiting for something to kind of clear out. Maybe they
That's what I'm wondering
were
too. Like,
nervous to, yeah,
yeah.
go out
Mm,
themselves. I would
right.
be curious if they went out in the woods to find them with any particular type of like
Like
oxygen
gear.
mask
Mm-hmm.
or any type of
Yeah.
coverage.
Right.
We won't know
It was
that though.
wild because the girl that survived, it wasn't like she was at the front of the pack or the back of the pack because she was right in the middle.
Right.
It's like whatever happened just skipped her, you know?
Right. Like,
It's
why wouldn't it
so
have
weird.
affected her?
Yeah.
I mean, you do hear these stories where some
Yeah.
people will get, you'll have a group of people and some get
Yeah.
sick and then some don't. And it has like a different immunity,
Right.
right? Like everybody may have a different type of immunity
Yeah.
to things.
I know. I
I
want to know
mean,
why though.
right,
I
exactly.
want to know why.
Right.
So many questions. But
Yeah.
anyway, I just thought it was a horrific and just insane story. So
That
I
is,
have
it's
so
so
many
wild.
questions.
Dyatlov
Yeah.
Pass is a wild story as well.
Yeah, it is.
To me, I will tell Dyatlov Pass, you, that was not natural.
No,
I might be
for
able
sure.
to, with this particular story, I could be like, okay, there were certain elements that could have been happening, but
Yeah.
Dyatlov Pass is like, I'm like supernatural or bust because
Yeah.
you can't tell me something. Yeah,
Their skulls were bashed in, their
right.
ribs were
Yeah,
broken.
yes.
That's not,
That's not
uh,
the elements.
no.
That's not, they didn't just trip. Like the one woman's eyes were
Yeah. Her
taken right out.
tongue was missing.
Yeah,
Her
come on,
tongue was
forget about it.
missing.
And that, yeah, it's missing. It's not even like she got so scared she bit, people have
Yeah.
and bitten off their tongues. They
I
couldn't
know.
find the tongue. That's a
It's
Siberian
crazy.
Yeti right there, everybody. That's
Yeah.
the answer to that situation.
Yeah.
That was a Yeti.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
We
But
decided. That's the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
answer.
I mean, listen, we're just calling these things.
Yeah.
No one else is going to do it.
That's right.
We'll be here to call it. The answer is Yeti. Yeah, I mean,
Anyway,
honestly, those
yeah.
people were attacked by something.
Hmm.
This is
Hmm.
almost, I mean, some of their reactions, it just feels chemical to me.
I know.
It
Like
just
they
feels
just
chemical.
lost their mind.
But
Yeah.
Dyatlov Pass is like these people were attacked by monsters. There's no ifs, ands, or buts
Uh-huh.
on that one. I can't,
Right.
the way they passed was not natural at
No.
all.
No, and there's no survivors to tell either
Exactly.
on that
Oh,
one.
how I
So,
wish.
yeah,
I'm
I
telling
know.
you, that is one of the mysteries. I want to know so bad
I
because
know.
it's frightening.
It is.
So our PSA this week is don't go hiking
Right.
ever.
No, and I hate that because I love
I know. I was
hiking.
gonna
Love
say
it so
Jamie loves
much.
hiking. She's hiking all
Oh.
the time. Jamie, between the snakes and the Yetis, don't do it. Don't do it.
I know. And
There's too
the
many
what was
snakes and
it?
Yetis out there.
The mountains that what is it? Reject you.
Yes, you don't get
Rejected.
rejected anymore by nature.
Ooh, I'd rather be rejected than what happened to
Oh
these
God.
people.
Yeah,
Maybe they
exactly.
rejected them and they're like,
Yeah.
screw you, we're
Yeah.
gonna do it anyway. And they're like, oh yeah? No,
Right.
you're
That's like the
not.
worst type of rejection.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Oh
I'm
my
like, okay,
gosh.
mountain. Yeah, yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
out.
Exactly. No,
Moving on.
I knew that that would like, yes, because I know how much you like to, and I like being out in nature too. I really do.
Yeah.
But the whole time I'm out there, I'm like, what's gonna kill me first? Like the supernatural or the wild animal or the serial killer that's clearly lurking in
Yeah,
the woods.
I know.
It's gonna be something.
And forever I was not that. I was never scared. I could just walk
Yeah.
through the woods. I would not be scared. I was scared of snakes, I'm wary of that, but for the most part, pretty fearless.
Hmm.
But I've just read so many things lately, and like bears are going
Oh,
crazy
yeah.
and
Yeah.
people getting attacked on trails, Uh, I just, I don't know.
Yes.
When I went with my friend Laura, we had bear spray with us, and
Oh,
that's the first
good.
time ever that I've done anything like that.
Right.
So I
Right.
feel like I'm getting a little more cautious as
That's good. Yeah. But it's so tempting because I get it. I really like being out like amongst the trees and,
yeah,
seeing the birds and all of
yeah,
that. I love it. And I love mountains. So anytime I get an opportunity to be near it,
yeah,
I want it. However,
yeah.
mm,
I know.
yeah.
There's a lot of weirdness and
Mm-hmm.
bizarreness and scariness
Mm-hmm.
in them hills.
Exactly. In them hills. Yeah, fresh air is for dead people, folks.
Oh.
Yeah, it's I'm gonna stay right inside.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
But
that was,
anyway, so that's
yes,
yeah.
that was great. That was great. I'm glad that you talked about this one because it does not get talked about as much as I think, say,
No.
the guy
Yeah.
pass. Yes.
Yeah.
And it's still this huge mystery. I think this is a huge mystery still. I don't buy hypothermia. I don't. They may have had hypothermia,
No,
but that is not what
that's not
caused
what did
all of
that to
this.
them. Right. Yeah, I
Mm,
agree. So I apologize again for stumbling through many of the pronunciations.
that's tough. That's tough.
But we made it through. We
We
made it
did
through.
it.
And yeah,
Yes.
you can
Yes.
edit some out, Jen.
Okay. Well, our last couple of episodes, like we've been stepping out into the world. Last week was
Right.
Italy and now Russia, and
True.
so yeah,
Yeah.
so we're
Yeah.
getting fancy with it. Unfortunately, our
I know.
dialect is not
And
the best.
no, and I practiced some of these words, and then I got here and I'm like, I don't remember.
Right. Right, exactly.
Oh well.
Forgotten everything. I'll be
I've
like,
forgotten everything.
it's all
Forgotten
gone.
everything.
Right.
So anyway, hopefully I got at least some of them right, but
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
got through the story anyway.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. We got it. We got it
we
for
got
sure.
it.
Definitely.
Good deal.
Awesome. Well,
All
thank
right.
you. And thank you everyone for joining us this week. Please don't forget to come check out our Instagram. We are making sure we're posting all the time, and you can find us under Unexplained Archives 25. If you yourself have a story you'd like to share, you can email us at unexplainedarchives2025@gmail.com. We're now on TikTok. And yeah, and thank you so much. Thank you for all the new subscribers and followers. Don't forget to hit your like button, and we appreciate it so much. Thank you. And we'll see you back here next week.